Good morning. Excuse me. It's 8:23 a.m. on Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I've been up for a little bit. This is 5 more minutes. Actually got up and I had breakfast. I've had some caffeine already. I think just this morning in I was in the caffeine withdrawal hole and just didn't feel like talking to anybody. The whole cliche, like, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. Now, I don't drink coffee on account of coffee tasting absolutely disgusting. And, I don't want that to sound judgmental. I know a lot of people like coffee, but that's okay. People are allowed to like disgusting things. It's fine. But I've got things on my mind. Last night, I rewatched Wes Anderson's movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel. And boy, I love that movie so much. I was a Wes Anderson fan already when I first saw Grand Budapest Hotel. But, and to the point where I remember, like, I believe that there had been kind of a gap between that one and the movie he made before that. I would have to look it up, and I'm not going to right now. Um, but I remember going to see Grand Budapest Hotel and vaguely feeling anxiety of like, well, I've liked Wes Anderson's other movies, but has he still got it? And then seeing it, and it's like, oh, yes, yes, that movie is like wrapping me in a warm, fuzzy blanket. I love it so much. Um, and so I was just happy to rewatch it, and I think just the set designs and the look of everything is so amazing, but also just the characters are I yeah, I love the characters so much too, because and I love the multi-layered framing device because if you don't remember, there's so many different framing devices because we actually start with a woman who has clearly traveled to see a monument of this like travel writer that's like this statue of a guy with a bunch of hotel keys, and she's holding the book that presumably that guy wrote, and we see her starting to read the book. And then we cut to Tom Wilkinson as that guy talking, like saying the book essentially. And in that book, we see him, as Tom Wilkinson, but then what he's telling is the story of when he was younger and played by Jude Law, who is in the 1970s version of the hotel, who then meets F. Murray Abraham as the older Zero, who then tells the story of when he was young and there with Rafe Fiennes as Gustav H. running the hotel. And I just all of those layers is a lot of fun, I think. And then so much of the movie is just silly, but then also I feel like the characters just have some real like stickiness to them in the sense of at the very least we have our three leads, right? We have Zero, who has come to become the new lobby boy at the Grand Budapest Hotel, and then Gustav H, who is the current concierge at the hotel. And then I actually don't recall the actress's name, but playing Agatha, who is Zero's love interest, which is a much smaller role in terms of screen time, but no less impactful, partly because it's a little bit. They set her up in an interesting way where, like, initially, F. Murray Abraham as older Zero seems like he is like it's clear right away that he's kind of talking around a subject. Like he's specifically omitting certain parts of the story in ways that are unclear, and until it gets to the point where he really just can't tell the story anymore without mentioning Agatha. But we can see how he's got, you know, depths of love and pain in his heart for her, and then just the introduction of her. So like even though she's got relatively little screen time, I was actually a little bit surprised rewatching just how much it's not that much, all things considered, but she makes an impression, and nonetheless. And I love that movie so much. It's great. It's so good. I like it. You know what? I had other things to talk about. But yeah, I think maybe I'll just leave it there. Maybe with just the other thing that I was going to mention is how hilariously goofy the original music video for the 1985 pop song "You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record." If you have not seen the original music video for that, you should watch it because it's kind of amazing. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.